Order filled. 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 Order filled.
hurting.
He is very much musty.
we buy it. Yeah, this is going to be our long entry right here. If this candle flips, this candle opened and just went down. So it doesn't make sense for me to click buy. That's why I stay away for sensitivity. Confluences, the 5-minute bullish fair value gap in discount, and now looking at these relative equal highs, it's a high probability drawn liquidity. We're below midnight, we're below 8:30, so we're in a discount. We're working inside the daily bullish fair value gap. We swept out Tuesday's low, so there's a lot of confluences for me on this trade. Trade idea hasn't formed yet. Well, actually, it did form. I could get in long for this week. It's really weak. When you trade the 1-minute chart, you have to be really patient with the entry. This is just a retracement into the OB. No confirmation of a move higher yet. Also, dollar's been going lower. YM's really bullish. So just good patience here. Patience keeping us alive. First presentation in here. Good sell off. I'm happy to miss this move though. I'm just not convinced, man. Not convinced. Could be wrong, could be ego, but it is 100% bearish right now. Like, there's nothing bullish about this right now. I'm waiting. Maybe we can get in here. Five-minute fair value gap, took out that low. Daily bullish fair value gap, 0.250 or 0.025 sensitivity. This will probably be our entry if we get a nice OB out of this. And I keep saying that, but then don't take a trade, so the model has not formed. It needs to actually form for me to trust it. So if we can close above here, next candle doesn't immediately rip lower, we can look for a long, trust this low at the daily bullish fair value gap 0.25 quadrant. And this discount bullish fair value gap being respected so far. If there's no bearish fair value gap right there, I might jump the gun here and get in short. I'm gonna wait a little. Maybe a higher high and we buy that. What's the stop loss looking like? 48 points, right? A little bit less. It's going to be less than $100 risk. That's all we can really do with it. Everything's aligning for me personally. It's just not forming the model. The 1-minute chart is not aligning. Everything else is for me. Immediate rebalance in there. We just have to wait till 10:30 at this point because this is not really doing much. I really wouldn't want to see a lower low. It's probably going to put one in here. ES has a bullish fair value gap. We'll see if we get an SMT here and then ES respects. It's possible. So no OB, respect the inversion. I'm watching ES. See if it takes that low or not. Daily bullish fair value gap. Yeah, this is probably gone. It's probably gone. Couple opportunities. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 models in here for me. But I'm still waiting personally. pre-market highs. Can't trade pre-market highs.
Order filled. Order filled.
This is probably gone. This is gone. This candle and this candle, that's really bearish. Why were you bullish? Daily bullish fair value gap. Swept Tuesday's low. These equal highs. Plus pre-market highs. Strong probability draw. That's pretty much it. Manipulated lower off open. Came higher. Want to see a continuation. Rather than just sell. Like the sell side, buy side, sell side. Yeah, I'm still bullish. I'm probably bullish until we like trade down here, to be honest. Still could be a valid retracement for me. My narrative is not killed, but the probabilities have drastically decreased, I would say. And let's keep this simple. Like, we really shouldn't be going far this far down, but let me do that differently. Let's wait and see. I mean, that inversion would be nice, but because now we trade to the daily bullish fair value gap low, so we're inside that daily bullish fair value gap. We're working those quadrants right now. I took an initial short to CIP, added more in the retrace that video if you think it's a good trade. No, I think it's a great trade, man. If you were anticipating lower prices here, a great trade. Thoughts on NWAG is then higher. NWAG's a far way down. It's possible. If we're going to get below this low, then yeah, we probably do get NWAG today. Yeah, there's like no bullish signs whatsoever. Luckily, the model didn't fake us out, you know? Luckily, the model didn't like fake us out or something. It just keeps going lower, you know? So, it's not really a big deal. Thankfully, otherwise we would have taken some losses in here. You know, if this inversion formed or that OB formed. So, good patience at least. Like I'm sending people both ways. I'm not going to send anyone anything. You don't have to trade what I do. I'm trading, not you. But stock is another futures. Oh, you mean 25958? This low, around there. And if you're bearish, that's a good objective. Exactly. Had you not get faked out by inversions and OBs? Well, the only model that formed was this OB right here. But I see this OB trading into this OB. So I need more confirmation. Also, because my target's all the way up here, I don't need to rush. I don't need to, I'm going to miss the move, I have to enter it down. Oh, my target is all the way up there. Even if I got an entry up here, I'm still making, and I would adjust my stop loss, it's still 3R. So I need to wait for a strong confirmation. I can't let the 1 minute chart. If you're going to trade the 1 minute time frame, you can't let one candle determine everything. You're not going to catch the perfect entry sometimes, but it's not going to happen often. Where you're just going to take one candle goes up on the 1 minute chart, and that's the one where everyone goes higher. You know, you need to see more. Stop your confluences. Anyways, how did I avoid it? On this candle, I just waited. I waited 2-3 seconds. What happened? It just went immediately down. Like, this candle did not trade up at all. It just, boop, all the way down. Why am I going to take a long on that? It makes no sense. Same thing with, there's another candle off the inversion. This one. We had an inversion trade value gap here. 1 tick inversion. The next candle, if you just waited 1 second, 1 singular second, the next candle opened and just went boom, down. And nothing close about that. You just have to wait. No, I haven't taken any trades yet. Bearish, possibly. But I'm going to be honest, if we get an inversion here, I'm going to take the long. 1030. Love 1030. You go to the, you know what's gonna be telling? The 1 hour chart in RTH. Shit, it's pretty cooked. Not gonna lie. But we already saw that old RTH gap. Also old RTH gap there. Well, that's today's gap. Right? Yeah. Yeah, never mind. It's not telling at all. Maybe the 50-minute chart in RTH? I mean, this looks pretty bearish, I'm not gonna lie. The 5-minute chart in RTH, yeah, potentially. Yeah, we'll just see. There's no point in kind of force or guess anything. Why did it drop so much? I think it might be range bound, or it's gonna reach for NWAG. Can you explain those levels you got trades there? These levels are, this is the daily bullish fair value gap. On the fair value gap, that's those levels. That's what we're trading into right now. If I'm bullish, I wouldn't want to see those levels get disrespected. If we can get speed here, exposure above, I could take it right at 1030, stop loss here. That's a little bit too much risk reward, honestly. I'd be kind of skeptical about that. Optimal trade entry, fair value gap, classic old ITC stuff. 38-point stop. If we get an inversion here. No trade yet. We might get one here. This inversion would be nice because it'd also be a 2-minute OB. Get a strong candle though. No strong candle in there. Maybe the next candle. Alright, potential immediate rebounds. We'll give it a chance. So we trade back into that high. We expand higher there. I'm in that long. I like the daily bullish fair value gap. Oh, I like this, I think I like this. We'll see if it continues. Hold it strong.
Looks good.
Alright, we're gonna try this. Most likely. Right, let's try that long. I'm gonna take this with 2 micros. So I'm getting in long off this inversion fair value gap. We traded down into a discount, bullish fair value gap here. I like the sensitivity. Whoops. I like the sensitivity off of the daily bullish fair value gap right here, 50%. ES formed a nice order block in there as well, so ES closing above here. So just buying inside that inversion. First target is the high here, and if we get really bullish, we have more buy side above. My stop loss is at 611, 610, 75. Let me make sure that's. And we're taking this with 2 micros. I'm funded next 1 micro on Alpha Futures, 2 micros. So we want to see a run above these highs. That'll be the first step. It's 10:30. I like 10:30 as a key time. Make sure the trade copier works. Okay, I believe it's working. It is working. We'll see if we can find a way to add into this trade as well. There's potential, but we'll see. We're going to take a look at the YM. So YM's still going higher. Dollar index is not really doing much, but it is still currently lower. So far, no positive feedback from the trade. Trading back to the bottom of the inversion. Fine, not a bad thing. Usually you want to see it stay up. Couldn't view this as an intermediate term low. Wouldn't give this A plus, but this is a strong A trade. Like especially because the daily bullish fair value gap is right there. 1030. I think it argues it's A plus. The only thing that's not A plus is like the way the 1 minute candlestick formed. You know, everything else about this to me, I really like this trade. You got in at 0.14. Damn. I'm looking for this high first. So first step first, do we want to see a clean run above these highs? That would consider like a pretty strong break. If we can get that. I'm gonna make it smaller. So I'm gonna get strong above there. Hopefully this is not one of those trades where ES just goes up and takes the high and NASDAQ does nothing. Those always suck. ES is more bullish. There is an S&T here. Don't like that S&T, but I like the narrative behind this. market maker buy model? Maybe. On the higher time frame, I'd say. So choppy in here. Very choppy in here. We are really working this inversion. This may be the weakest inversion fair value gap ever. Because we inversed and then we spent 9 minutes inside. Like, we are really working it. Like, I think there's enough fair value in here. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with accumulation on a real note. But my main concern is this could be a reaccumulation of shorts. And then really we're going to have to take out this high. But ES already did that. And then we go, you know, it's very possible. That's where I would be wrong. But that's why we have a stop loss at the low of the OB. I'm going to drag the stop to 2016.5. Just slightly reducing my risk. It's actually at 575 and make that very accurate there. 1575. So we do reinverse. That's good. Doesn't mean much unless, like I said, we get above these highs here. So that's all I can really do is wait, see if we can get above those highs. Then we can start looking for. ES is trading higher. Hopefully Nasdaq can start following. Okay, we're seeing some speed. Speed is always good. ES going a lot higher than Nasdaq, unfortunately. We'll send an alert here on ES. So we're going to clear this up. I'm going to show you guys what it really looks like. It looks like we were maybe not the most bullish, but really, it made a lower low on the body, then a higher high, then another higher high. So I like how this looks currently. Again, unless we can get break above this high. I like that we put in a bullish fair value gap. It's very possible that we do something like this. It's possible. That's where I would be wrong. That would be my model short, actually. But it all depends on how the bodies form here. It's all about the bodies in here. There isn't really any fair value gap or anything to the left side here. So there's nothing really to gauge strength besides closure above the highs. Why not enter when the 10-minute gets in? This one? Because this 10-minute may inverse all the way up. Like, there's 7 more minutes of this candle. If this inverses, it may inverse all the way up here. And at that point, well, there's no trade here. So usually I'm using something on the lower time frame to confirm, you know, something on the higher time frame. We could probably get away with a stop at 2.7. We're just gonna go with 220 for now. So slightly reducing my risk on the trade. Risk reduction, always a great thing. Good practice. Really, it shouldn't even trade here, but it's been sloppy, so I'm gonna leave it where it is at 20075. ES is gonna take the high first, man. Why does this? I feel like this always happens to me. Like, you know what I mean? ES reaches the objective so far. I have to partial. I'm going to. So this old bearish fair value gap. Looking at that, we're gonna move the stop even some more now. We're gonna move it to 26032. The risk is not removed, but very minimized. And I like that. It's really easy to hold a trade when the risk is very minimized. So stops at the low of the inversion, plus the low of the breaker, plus the bullish fair value gap, plus the OB, plus there's a lot of stuff protecting our stop loss. 2K risk? No, this is 2 micros. I'm always going to be trading. Let me show you guys. I'm trading all my accounts on a trade copier, okay? And I'm always going to be micros. On TradingView, I want to chart the mini. The mini is what I focus. My analysis is focused on the mini. Also, this is an S&P. So we may have to close this break even. We'll see. On the bodies there, ES makes a higher body. That's an S&P. I don't like it. We'll give this breaker a chance. I'm gonna move the stop to 2038. I use Trade Copia. So the mini is what I make my analysis off of. I don't really care what the micro does. I care what the mini does. So I wanna have the mini, and I don't wanna keep swapping tabs on TradingView. So the easiest thing for me to do is have TradingView open here to trade. Also, TradingView is a lot easier than you guys. Trust me, you guys don't want to see trade of day execution, bro. No one wants to watch the trade of day brokerage. I might close this break even, guys. I think I'm gonna close that there. I don't like that S&P. We can always take a re-entry. I can always take a re-entry. Say we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter. No problem. So we're trading back. If we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter. 1050 macro protraction model. But I don't like that ES is all the way up here. That's why I'm skeptical in that trade. So, potential re-entry, but I don't want to hold through this retracement. Why did you get out? I don't want to hold through this retracement. I'll re-enter if my model forms again, but there's an S&T at the body here. And that's a strong retracement. So if I want to re-enter, I'll re-enter, but I'm not willing to hold through this. In fact, my stop was scaled to here, so yeah. If the next candle forms another inversion, I'll re-enter, no problem. I'll re-enter 1050 macro protraction model. This one would even be better than the last trade. If that doesn't form, well then I just save myself. I like to trade like this. I like to be, yeah, NQ is weak. Unfortunately, look, ES came all the way up here. Like 1.5, almost 2 ARA. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I recognized that pretty early on in the trade that ES was, NQ was going to be weaker. It happens. It definitely happens. But this could still move higher, so if we get an inversion here, we could try it. So if we can get sensitivity in here, 1050 macro, hopefully it can give us a continuation higher. Oh, I'm hungry, guys. Yeah, no, I got out of that trade. Why I think he's so bad? I don't remember the last time. And I wouldn't say it's bad, but I mean, yeah, this kind of sucks. I don't lie. Maybe we get a re-entry here. It's just lagging behind. It's not bad. You can't say this is bad. There was a setup short for some people, setup long, another setup short. Can't be mad. Can't be mad. I don't mind any of this. The only price action I don't like is when my model forms long, but then it stays fair. You know? Like when the model doesn't protect you. That's what I don't like. Anyways, if we can get an inversion fair value gap here, I would take that. Keep it like that, actually. I think that was a good call on the close. My stop would have probably been hit right here on the breaker. I could have moved it back down, but that's a hard decision. If we get an inversion here, I'll re-enter 1050 macro protraction model. It's one of my favorite models. If we get a nice inversion in here, we can enter back in. They'll like over to 2R. Just gotta see a strong candle. Is there a 2-minute? Nice, okay. Yeah, just gotta see a strong candle inside that 1050 macro. Key time. Definitely cannot complain with this price action. Yeah. Which will be a 2-minute inversion. Yeah, it's a nice 2-minute inversion. I'll be honest. If we can find a continuation short idea, whoops. Could have shorted Hero to stop here, to be honest, but nice, but hard to trade. I mean, I think if you were bearish, you probably had a very easy time, no? If you're bearish, you probably had a very easy day. If you're bullish, you have to be very cautious like me, you know? I was on the wrong side, but I managed really well, you know? I was patient in the low. I understood that, you know, moved higher, bearish, but no entry. I don't know. I would study this a little bit thoroughly. I mean, I don't know how you enter, but for me, you know, I mean, there's a lot of entries here. There's a lot. You could have got turtle soup here on the buy side. You could have got in on the CISD. Could have got in on the RB. Could have got in on the continuation order block. Retest the breaker / order block. The second stage on the fair value gap. Sorry, first stage on the fair value gap. Then the next OB. Then this bearish fair value gap. That one would have stopped you out. Then SMT. Could have re-entered here. Could have re-entered here. There's a lot of ways to go about this, in my opinion. I'm not saying I would take any of those. I'm giving you options, so you know. Did you take the buy after the inverse? I broke even at that long. Yep, that's exactly what I did. And it doesn't look like it's going to give us a final stage here for us. If you want to be really ultra mega aggressive, you could go for something like this. I don't like that though, but it should play out. 5P so bad? I don't think this is bad at all. How much risk on eval? Like 500 to 1,000, I would say. Right now I'm covering 5 accounts. How many times you frame to use? The cleanest one. I mean, I always watch on the 1 minute, but I always swap through. You take the buy, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Eval waste of time, yeah, it is. I'm confused why the 5-minute inverse after the liquidity spread open didn't work out long. Because we're bearish. We don't trade the pattern, we trade the narrative. All the way to the 1 hour one fill. Yeah, I like it. Minus 1 hour, good try, Ash. I'm going to exit the trade earlier, price goes past the wake of the prior. If there's always one person that's just being bad, today is like every other day, guys. That's moving today, but never anything different. No, I don't think it's just protected. I think we're going to take this. To be honest, ES looks still pretty bullish. I don't know. Everything's kind of decoupled now. Now the dollar's going higher. YM is freaking bullish to the moon. ES is consolidating. NQ is going lower. I don't know anything anymore, man. Everything's doing its own thing. I'm going to go ahead and view this as a potential opportunity to get in short inside the 1050 macro. And I think we just take that, man. I think that's... I wouldn't mind that. I will never, ever be mad with a 1050 macro protraction. I will never be mad with a 1050 macro protraction, ever. If we get something in here, give me an inversion, give me an OP, I would take that. That will be inverse. If it gets inverse, then probably no trades for me for the rest of the morning. I'll come back in the afternoon. How do you switch your bias? What makes you sure that, okay, we're bearish now? I'm going to be completely honest. When my protraction model fails, usually it's just wrong bias. I'm not going to lie, like that's a compliment. The fact that this formed and failed, and we didn't run the highs here, that's pretty a good sign for me. But I'll add to that. The fact that we got an SMT here is weak. If we're bullish, we should be speeding up. It's all about signatures. You have to understand, like, the signatures. If we're bullish, what would we be seeing? If we're bullish, well, we're not going to inverse this 2-minute fair value gap. That doesn't make sense. If we're bullish, NQ is not going to be lagging this far behind, right? If we're bullish, we're not going to see my model form short. That doesn't make sense. We're bullish. Or my model should keep forming long, right? It's all about those signatures in price that tell you what's likely to happen. So as soon as I saw this, SMT, and that reaction, that's not the reaction I want to see. What I should have been seeing is, boom, you know? Small retrace and speed. you can call this engineering liquidity, yeah. Eventually, yeah, I saw the buzzer beater. That shit was fucking crazy, though. So smooth. You can call this engineering liquidity, sure. Eventually, we're gonna run it, but you can't just be like, oh, bro, we're bullish. We're just engineering liquidity. We're engineering liquidity. Like, yeah, we're engineering liquidity. The market is, yeah, we are engineering liquidity, but that doesn't mean we're bullish. We're bullish when we run on the liquidity, which could be now. It's possible, but I don't think it's gonna happen now. That's the idea. I have feelings of self-doubt because of this month. It's just consistent constant loss for me. Any advice? Normal, bro. Straight up. You know something about wick theory? It's not wick theory, but do I know something about it? Yeah, you can grade your wicks and look for high probability trades based off of it. And that's how ICT teaches it. That's how I would go based off of it. I have feelings of self-doubt because of this month. I'm going to put it plain and simple for you, brother. The best traders in the world, they also go on losing streaks. They go on terrible losing streaks. Terrible losing streaks. Probably more than all of us. If you want to be one of the best traders, you have to simply accept losing streaks. You have to accept it. That's it. If you can't accept it, you're not going to be a great trader. It's impossible. Let's go, Chooch. Missed you, bro. That's it, yeah. I've been on so many losing streaks. Are you been looking for trades at all-time highs? Yeah. I've been trading. I've been good, bro. I've been good. Yeah. Been trading the best I've ever been. I'm very content. I've been on a 10-month losing streak. That's not a losing streak, but that's you're learning, I think, at that point. I wouldn't call that a losing streak. If 10 months, that's not a losing streak. Bro, JP, I haven't seen this guy in like a year, bro. Only 10 months? Yeah, 10 months is not a losing streak. That's a learning curve. I wouldn't classify those two the same. You're learning, I think. You've been learning for 10 months, you know? How to trade lower risk? Just take less contracts. 10 months straight every trade? I don't know. I'm just reading chat. I don't know. I can't verify anything. I've been in a 2-year losing streak. Yeah. Okay, bro. It's my first time at all-time high. Pretty bad experience. You been smacking any more? No, it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie. But DM me, bro. DM me. Oh, yeah. We used to talk. That shit was lit, bro. TDS, I'm going short. I want to look for shorts too, but it's not for me. Best ICT, but 2022 mentorship is my favorite. It's forming my model long. I don't like that. This is choppy. I like it. I don't like it. 2016 is great. I've seen 2016 multiple times. 22 is my favorite. You watch the Jays? Yeah, I've been watching. Why 2022? He teaches everything very obviously, smoothly, cleanly. It's just very, very clean. Everything about it is very, very clean. We may get a model in here. If I want to trade on TradingView, I have to choose TradingView on Alpha Futures, right? Yes. Correct. How much does Python help you with trading? Good question. How much has it helped? It's not a requirement, but it definitely helps me with conviction and narrative, understanding what's likely to happen and what's more probable than not. I don't think I've seen the actual benefits of it yet, but I'm also still working on it. I have taken some trades based off just probability narratives alone, but there's still a way to go. Not clean here, really. That's helping to trigger my account with 20% down when I open TradingView. Immediately I caught the open candle. So your account's cooked. To me, this just looks like it's gonna consolidate. I'm gonna be honest. It could be a buy if it goes now. It could be. I mean, I'll be honest. My model formed long here. We took out the low. We're gonna get the inversion. That is my model long. It's not easy to trust though. It's 25% on alpha for the next 2 days. I'm taking long and good luck, brother. Do you think for beginners it's better to use Top Step? I would recommend Alpha Futures. Really easy payouts. It was on a loss when I opened to a game one. I mean, damn, we'll take it, bro, I guess. It's like $35 a month. Yes, it's $35 a month, you're correct. But there is an activation. Hold on, I may be getting in short here. Did we inverse the 5? That's unfortunate. We have to wait for a double purge. It's also more expensive. If you get, it depends what account you get. You can get Alpha Standard though, it's 25% off right now. But it's up to you. Like, there's so many firms, man. Just look at them all, check the rules. I like Alpha Futures because their payouts are really easy. I always tell people if you struggle with your first payout, just use Alpha Futures first. Your trial looks awesome. Really, I think it looks pretty shitty right now, to be honest. I want to get in short here. I mean, the model's forming on ES, so I could take that. This is my model. It needs something. 3-minute inversion? I haven't taken a 3-minute inversion in like a year. 4-minute? Sensitivity at the daily bullish for value gap. I need an entry model here. I need a 3-minute inversion. That's like the only way I can get in on this trade. Yeah, like for me, brother, of course. What toppers can you copy trade with? Literally any of them, brother. I like the risk on this trade. It's a little bit less too. You're long, good luck, brother. Watch while trading at 11. I don't have time restrictions on my trading personally. I just don't trade lunch. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest actually. If you're bullish, this looks pretty good. This is not clear for me. Cause that's a clean. We got the inversion plus the bullish for value gap off of the low. I don't like this low here because it's nowhere clear. I don't like the equal lows on ES. There's also equal highs. We'll just see. Session is done. For who? For you? For me? First trade for me here. I like the MMBM. Yes. Like, I saw this as a 15-minute, you know. I guess you technically need another drive. I mean, but you don't always need 2 stages, by the way. Like, it can be 1 stage, it can be 3 stages. It doesn't always have to be 1. I think this goes higher, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Personally, I think that goes higher. This is a little bit too clean of a chart. I'm not saying pattern trade, but that chart's a little bit too clean. I don't know. It's so 50-50 in my opinion. I actually don't know. I'm just gonna have to wait. Yeah, I can't risk this because I generally don't know. The 2 black futures OB. Yes, if we close above them, which I can't tell if we did there, we might have, that would be a bullish order block. AMD, zoom out. When did you start using Python and how to use it? I use it to give me probabilities, like what are the chances we hit this level by this time? What are the chances if we're bullish we go here at this time? You know, how often do we put a low here? You know, et cetera, stuff like that. 11 a.m. panel, H1 no wick. Interesting. IPT? Yeah. If I hit this trade, I pop my funding. Good luck, brother. Are you in long or short? I'm curious. There's a lot of people in long and a lot of people in shorts right now. I mean, if you're looking at my chat, what are you guys in? ICD concepts are mid. Going short? I'm not in short. I'm not in anything. Long, short, long. Damn, everyone's in long. Shorts? Okay, there's some people shorts. Nothing. Long on ES. I like that. I like the ES long. Done for the day, probably not 8+ setups now. Everyone's bullish. Yeah, guys, everyone's bullish, guys. We have to take longs. S&P on low, custom model form. Nice, you trade my model. I like that. There is an S&P at the lows, you're right. And that is the protraction model long. Since we didn't take out this low, we don't need a CIC, we can take the inversion. You know what QT is? Yeah. I don't use it. TP got hit. TP? On the long? Nice, bro. Can you explain little this model thing you're talking about? I'm talking about my protraction. Those are just my personal trading models. How do I actually enter a trade? That's what I'm talking about. We could buy the next down close candle. Like if we got something like this. That's insane risk reward. Risk $60. I move my stop to 0. I move it right here. Yeah. If I was in long, I'd 100% move it there. That's an intermediate term low. You would not want to see that get taken. You would not want to see that get taken. I feel like this is not bad at all. To get a deferred entry, 2-minute fair value gap, plus the OB. Final trade of the day. Delayed protraction model entry. I'd probably take it with 1 micro. Alright, we're gonna try it. This is what I call a deferred protraction. Meaning I'm entering off a fair value gap because of late protraction. You know, like I didn't get the entry here, but it's deferred. We'll try it. 1 micro on this trade. Setting myself up for potentially pretty high risk reward. I think it's 3 or 4 R. I want to get this 2-minute fair value gap hold. So taking a deferred entry, 2-minute fair value gap, looking for an institutional order flow entry drill. That's how I'm viewing this. I okay. We'll stay on the 2-minute chart for now. So order block, fair value gap, the highs right there. And the buy side there on ES. So we'll watch this do its thing. Don't want to see a lower low in here. Risking 1 micro only. So $80. We can always add a contract. I'd want to see speed. Yep, 2-minute chart's the cleanest. We're just going to stay on the 2-minute chart.